Hey guys, welcome to the newest series on the channel. This one is going to be all about my SCX10-II project that you see here in front of me. Now, you've seen me build an SCX10-II live over a really long video, but I haven't done any upgrades to them yet. So what I wanted to do is get a new series started. So I got a brand new SCX10-II kit and got it all built up. Now I skipped that step as far as the video goes just because that can get pretty long. We covered it in the live video, and for the most part, I think we'll be able to hit all of the key points as we go through this series. Now again, this is the kit version. There is a ready-to-run version that came out shortly after the kit was released. But I chose to stick with the kit, and I'm going to go over some of the reasons why as we move forward in this video. Now, the obvious major change that you can see already is the body. I elected not to use that 2000 Jeep Cherokee body that the kit came with, and instead picked up the new Toyota Hilux body from Proline. This is a two-piece body where the cab is one piece and the bed is separate. Now this body mounted up very easily right out of the box with some of the included body posts that come with the kit that get the body mounting holes into the old legacy mounting positions that Axial has always had in the past and what this body is pre-marked for. Now, since I went with this body, I have also elected not to install the bumpers that come included with that Axial Jeep. Those bumpers don't fit this body properly, so for now, I am going to have to leave those off, and we're going to have to come up with a new solution for bumpers for this body as we proceed. Underneath of the body lays the new SCX10-II, which is a pretty far reach from the old version that we're also used to. Now, the frame rails are exactly the same with the addition of a few holes. Other than that, the exact same length, the same width, everything. The skid plate in the kit version is new because it is made to mount that new kit version transmission. And the new transmission in this car is exactly why I chose to go with the kit rather than picking up a ready-to-run. Now, it's not as small and efficient and mounts the motor as low as the old 3-gear style transmission that is still included with the ready-to-run. However, I like the styling of it. I see some potential for it. So that's why I went ahead and picked up this version just to play with and learn a little bit more about that new transmission. Now, the axles that are underneath of this car are the obvious, biggest, and most sought after part of this new car. Now, the smaller center section of this axle is a much more scale and big clearance improvement over the last gen. It is also a high pinion design. That means that the pinion shaft that comes out of the back side of the axle is raised from the center line. We're used to seeing that pinion shaft coming straight out of the very center of the axle case. Instead, this one is raised significantly higher. This also means that the gear design inside these axles is also significantly different. This is called a hypoid cut gear. It's a totally different design than what you would normally see out of like a spiral cut gear, which we've seen in Axial's HD gear sets for several years now. This gear design has a higher tooth contact per size than what we used to see. Now, the exact amount of tooth contact that this size has versus the much larger ring gear that we used to see, I don't know for sure. In the end, this gear set seems to be holding up pretty well to the abuse that we've been putting them through with the other SCX10-IIs that I've been running lately. Now, it's also worth mentioning that right now, in the kit and the ready-to-run that's out now, they both have a fully machined gear set, which is similar to what we've seen in some of the more recent kits of Axial. But even this first ready-to-run that they've released is also including that machined gear set. Possibly down the road, we could see a sintered gear set, but that is yet to be seen. However, for now, to get a machine gear set in this package is a nice bonus and a nice strength upgrade. On the kit version, we get full aluminum links all the way around. This also includes a 4mm thread that goes into both the threaded post and the rod end. Now, the Axial Rod Ends on this one are a beefier design than we're used to seeing on Axial's cars, and they should hold up a little bit better. However, the plastic is a little bit soft and they will stretch a little bit over time. So that is the one downfall that we've seen to Axial's new rod end style. With that link set up, in the front we are running a 3-link with panhard. This is because we're running a chassis-mounted servo right out of the box. This chassis-mounted servo system that is in this car is very well designed. This car doesn't have bump steer at all out of the box, and you get a lot of travel due to that small size of that center section of that axle. We're not having to fight all of the clearances that we used to have to deal with that very large SCX10 housing of the old days. Of course, next to that chassis mounted servo setup, we also have a front mounted battery box with a standard Velcro strap. Nice large battery compartment that we can fit pretty much any size battery in. This is working just fine with my Toyota body so far with the height that I've got it mounted at now. Now, another new feature to the SCX10-II is this new rock slider system that you'll see on each side here. Now, on the driver's side, you will see that there's an integrated receiver box built into that piece. On the bottom side, you bolt on the two rock sliders that go on towards the outside of the body. These are adjustable width with just two simple screws. This should allow you to fit most bodies pretty easily, or keep those things tucked in nice and close depending on what size and width body that you're running. Also out of the box, we've got a new set of BFG all-terrain style tires on this. These are a tall tire around 4.75 inches tall with a nice decent width. Now out of the box right now, you still get glue-on wheels. Now, I'm not going to run glue-on wheels, not a fan of glue-on wheels, so the wheels and actually the tires on this build are going to get swapped out pretty quickly. So what's the goal for this series? Well, it's not going to be the budget build format. I'm not going to try and go through and do this in the exact progression that I think is the best way to upgrade a car, because right now I don't necessarily know what options are going to be out for this car and when they're going to get installed. Instead, what I'm going to do is play with whatever upgrade I find at the time that I think I want to install this car. A lot of it may get done before I really do a lot of running on this car in general. I just kind of want to get into an SCX10-II build, have a little bit of fun as I go, and go ahead and document it with video and photos on social media the entire time. So that's going to be what you're going to see. It's not going to be the budget build format. The next time you see this truck will likely be as I'm going over the electronics package that I'm going to install in this car. I haven't 100% decided on all of the components that I'm going to install, but it will be a brushless 4-pole censored system that I put in here. I don't really like to run brushed anymore. I like the ease of maintenance and the power that censored brushless systems get you. They definitely aren't as cost conscious as a brush system, but in the end, I really prefer what the brushless systems offer anymore. After I get that detail covered, then you'll start to see some other options like wheels, tires, the bumpers that I'm going to use to make sure that this body looks fitting on this chassis, and all of those type of things. And then we're going to really start getting into some of the upgrades that you'll see that fit this new SCX10-II. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video covering the SCX10-II project.